Hey there friends, how you all doing today? I haven't made any soup since our big winter storm here a couple of weeks ago, and I figured it was about time and wanted to make some lentil soup. Lentil is really hearty. I love the way those lentils just kind of come together in a soup, but I wanted to use a little bit of a different flavor profile than I've used before because I've done a number of soups and stews here. In fact, I've got a playlist I'll drop down in the description below. But anyhow, going to switch the camera around and we'll get making it. But first, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please go down there now and hit that subscribe button. Come back and check out some more of my videos. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. So let's get started. So I'm starting out with just a little bit of low sodium vegetable broth. And I've got 3 cloves of minced garlic. I've got about an inch and a half of ginger minced as well. And then I've got a whole onion chopped up here. And I'm just going to let this go until it heats up and softens up a little bit. Kind of soften up, get kind of transparent. And this will take 2 or 3 minutes, so I won't make you watch me do it all. And as soon as this is ready, I will be right back. Okay, those are softening up nicely, so let's add the rest of our ingredients. All right, first we got the lentils here. I've got a pound of lentils, 2 cups, and I rinsed them a little bit. Just gonna put those right in there. Got 2 potatoes that I cut, chopped up and kind of cut into quarters. Got 1 can of diced tomatoes. Then we're going to use, I'm just giving it a shake here. Four cups of low sodium vegetable broth. I know I could have cut the other side of it. And then I'm going to add a cup of water. Now we got to get the flavor to it. Let's see. First, I'm going to put, if I can get my spoon. Some of my spoons won't fit in my jars, so I have to kind of improvise. First of all, I'm going to put some curry. Now, I was going to put about a tablespoon and a half of curry, but I'm going to have to use the teaspoon here, so I'm going to kind of guesstimate it. So I'm going to put, I think there's like 3.5 teaspoons for a tablespoon. So I'm just going to kind of go, I'm going to go with 4 teaspoons, but if you can get it in the thing, I would highly recommend like a tablespoon and a half. Then I'm going to put a teaspoon of turmeric, even though there's turmeric in curry. Going to put a teaspoon of cumin. I'm going to put half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Thought about going with a whole teaspoon, but sometimes these pepper flakes will just take over things. And then I'm going to turn this to high. Turning it right now, turning this to high. And I'm probably, listen, I'm in the kitchen when I'm making these soups, so I can't like say, okay, cook for 18 minutes, blah, blah, blah. This is probably going to take about half an hour, somewhere around in there. But I'm going to keep an eye on it. But when it's got about 10 minutes left, I'm going to come back and add a little something to it. So stay tuned. Ooh, this is looking good. Now I'm estimating, like I say, I'm just kind of watching this, playing it by ear. I'm estimating it's got about 10 minutes left. So when I get towards the end there, I'm going to add some greens to it. Got about 3 or 4 cups of collard greens. And I'm just going to let them kind of wilt in there. As you can see, I make my soups, this is definitely more stew than it is soup. I like it really thick. In fact, I'm not a fan of watery soups, really liquidy soups. Now, like I say, this will take about 10 minutes. I'll give it a good stir here in a minute. I just wanted to let you see the greens. I'm going to give it a good stir, let it go for about 10 more minutes. And then one last little trick that I'm going to do with this one, I do it sometimes I don't, is I'm going to use 2 tablespoons. The very last thing I'll do when this is ready is I'll stir in 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. And that'll just tighten it up, give it a nice little twang to it. And yeah, right there, that will feed me for the next 2 or 3 days. Well, it'll feed me for one meal during the next 2 or 3 days. So anyhow, I encourage you guys to play around with these. If you like it a little bit more liquidy, you could have added another cup of water in there, or a little bit more vegetable broth. So anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this one and have a great rest of your week. Peace.